had in recent times. That first map didn't seem like it was one of the results that you'd expect out of a one-win cap. So again, there's a lot of there's two very different sort of situations I can see. Either a one-sided victory for the one-win side, or potentially a close affair from a victory Zigzag. For me, I'm leaning more towards the one-win result. I'm looking towards them to sort of get themselves started off in this particular matchup, and that's exactly what they'll do. CT start for the Russians as we get into our last map of the day and our last map of this match.
Now that's got to be the worst possible outcome here for victory Zigzag, is to lose the knife round and start off on the T side of Ancient. Forrester looking to engage out here aggressively towards A main, just as they start an aggressive pull from Deco down here at lane.
Oh, shots on for Groovy, and Mertz goes down the same, minced by Deco, alongside Forrester finding another pick outside of A main. Propler, Bubble, 2v5. That is instantly the wrong start for victory Zigzag.
Yeah, one win had an incredible setup there where you put a lot of emphasis out there towards main from Forrester. There's emphasis out there towards ramp, and then you're not seeing a massive amount, so you make some noise of retreating, but Deco stays around. Deco's looking for that final punch and that damage to ensue down there with that USP. And for Propler and Bubble, I mean, try and fight back onto Boomich. You might be able to get in with a plant, but this is a tough round to work.
Just that USP in that corner. Waiting for the swing forward. Propler flashed in, so at least they can get Boomich here, and they'll have the information on the CT side, so they'll waltz right back into that B-bomb site, but the CTs will be just as quick. Deco again, inbound, triple found. Headshot against Propler. The bomber gets picked up by Bubble, who tries to counter-rotate into Cheetah rather than towards the open and free A bomb site. Doesn't have this information still trying his hand at the bomb plant. 20 seconds for it, and there are CTs ready for him.
Travis just jiggling down out here from the long control, seeing that bomb, and now they can just all fight together, make sure that bomb doesn't go down. An excellent start there from one win. And you've got to look at that from victory Zigzag and say, geez, we didn't even get a time to set up on that pistol. We were waiting for aggression. I mean, there were players sitting outside of the doors, almost hoping and trying to draw one win into that false sense of security of making that overextension of the info play. Instead, Deco just has a mad round.
Victory Zigzag. Not the start that they wanted. Deegan at least in for Propler. But outside of that is a harsher eco. No bomb plant bonus, so no true buy here for them, and not even a force invest. Can't afford it.
It was Mertz and Propler that put up the majority of the frags out on Ancient against 9. And 15 for Mertz and 11 for Propler. Nickelback progressing out here towards Donut, gets away with one and does get overwhelmed quickly.
Deco follows suit on Mertz. Meanwhile, advantage set, but Forrester gets domed in by that recovered M4. So it's a 3-on-3. Victory Zigzag still looking to fight here, but Deco runs out of ammo. I thought it was going to get mopped right there and then, but a lifeline given back to that M4. Needs the ace clutch though, because Groovy has fallen. The pistol pulled out by Deco, and Mups can take him down for it. That's his third kill. Needs that fourth against the SMGs. And Boomich will say no as he gets aggressive, sprays him down, and secures the round for one win.
Now, getting the bomb plant out of that round and 3 casualties has to be looked at as a huge achievement right there for the T side. There was really not a massive amount to work with at all. Now, second round does get gained, and that retake is successful, but this opening rifle round actually could, I suppose, inspire quite a bit of at least that opening connection, that opening competitiveness between these two teams, because if the rifle round is successful here for the T side, it will be a reset to the opposition.
Opportunity available again for victory Zigzag to try and shut down the early game, and it's been consistently early game success for one win over the course of both map 1 and 2. Yes, they lost Mirage, but it was looking like they weren't going to when they had the 9-4. Damage has been done to Mups at the very least. 35 HP to start things off. Looking for the swing back and the kill. Nickelback has spotted one individual. Boomich spotting another player, trying to tag him, trying to take him down. Oh, and Propler catches a headshot on Forrester.
Yeah, Forrester was searching for that kill down there towards a hell control. Now, Nickelback knows that they can cross out towards red, so Deco on that rotation can come in and try and take that portion of the map. He's got Travis with him, which tells they're going to fight red.
Deco's going to try fight back, sees them both, and mows them down as that flashbang sails right past his head, exploded to the left-hand side, and therefore caught him for no blindness. Nickelback does get caught by Groovy elsewhere on the A-bomb site, so that's going to be a 2-on-2, but the bomb is nowhere near to plant.
This is a very uncomfortable 2v2. Yes, there's a lot of space, but you're right about that bomb. Now, Mertz has to try and get back out towards T-spawn, grab that bomb, but Travis should start hearing him running out here from the shelf controls and might think that that bomb's left somewhere outside towards T-spawn.
Mertz takes it. Plant
They've got to be careful about Donut as well. Like, that's another area that they don't have any info of.
Ruby just tucked himself into the corner. He's accounting for what the CTs are mostly going to be able to do here, although that donut position will be dealt with by a Molotov play, or will it? Oh, Deco a little bit too far in. Couldn't spot the man. The perfect angle for Mertz to get that bomb down, and the retake is on.
And Travis is waiting for the opportunity to strike out here towards CT. Groovy aggressive, does punish out the duel, and now Deco's the last one left in the 1v2. At least they're both tagged up.
So's Deco, though. 40 HP, a little under that, in fact. Tapping the bomb once, trying to force out the player in from main. Groovy seeing the gun barrel, gets that shot. And there is an all-important round for victory. Zigzag, you mentioned the reset. There it is.
And they have to do something with it, though. I mean, you look at the double eco status for Travis and for Boomich, and you just anticipate straight away they're going to buy it up here. They're going to buy down to pistols. They're going to try and get the full investment. But for victory, Zigzag, this is an opportunity in the very early stages here of Ancient to put themselves up as a threat.
We'll see the upgrade pistols as part of a forced invest for 1win, SMG and Scout being the two best weapons for them, Forrester and Deco with them respectively. Again, the early damage on Mups has been pretty good with that HE. Sent towards him, I can assume out towards the lane default. Flashes in towards red for Mertz to take control of mid. Teammates will back away.
And 1win. I'm going to have to be a little bit more gambly with this A stack. Mertz is in a very good position right now, but it is being watched.
And still he gets the kill on Boomich. Now Travis is surrounded, dead to the hands of Mups. These last three players, best to hold on to the Kevlar, the Scout, and the SMG. As victory, Zigzag should take their second and equalize.
And this is where they should start pressing for slightly more as well, right? Get it up to 2-2. You know Deco's going to be bringing that Scout into the next round. You know that there's an MP9, a dig. So there's a few upgrades going into the next, but it should be a lead. It should be a round streak, recovering T-side rounds after one another. Very good anti-force by there from Bubble & Co.
And again, to equalize against 1win's early start. All five alive. Money will build. Economy for 1win will not recover. Of course, double eco status. The force spike came in here. $1,900 at best. Everyone invested, so even the guys that save can't drop, even though that probably wouldn't be advisable with the pistols and the SMG. Not really a lot of a firepower basis to justify a force buy around, even if they had that option. So there should be a much harsher buyback from, well, much harsher eco, I should say, more rather than from Travis and Boomich. By a HE, and that is it. That's all they're going to have here.
Yeah, this could still be scary if they get an opening pick. If they're able to upgrade one of these Kevlar players into an AK. And Propler getting out towards mid quite early on. MuxG putting down some utility of the molly out there towards Cheetah. So they're taking a lot of map control towards mid quickly.
Have slowed things down to a certain extent, though. Particularly when it comes to extending around those corners to grab the opening kills and contact the engagements themselves. Nades return from victory Zigzag to try and return the favour. Mups has been tagged up by those HEs almost every single round, and 1 would have had them out on that B site. And I am so shocked that Boomich got away with that particular fight. Not the kill on Mups, but it basically does the exact same damage that the HEs have been doing for every other round for 1 win here.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they can draw them in towards A as of right now. I mean, now Nickelback's rotating back over. This is going to be a B stack. And I tell you what, it looks like that bomb's leaning into B.
Boomich down, Propler Mups still took damage for it, but the advantage sticks with VZ, almost caught back by Forrester. His sprays on that SMG catching 1 kill and a lot of damage onto the second man. Deco gets 1 responsive. USP pulled out against Mups could easily be a pick if they see each other. And Mups have seen him instead. Tap to the back. That's a 3rd and a lead for Victory Zigzag. The guns will return from 1 win here.
Deco has been, again, very impactful consistently, both in that first best of 3 that they played up against NIP, and also Map 1 and Mirage. Ended up dropping 23 kills. You saw him out on Nuke dropping 21 kills. And it almost makes you wonder, what are we going to see the big man deliver in map number 3? Because right now he's 9-3. He's putting up impact. He doesn't quite have money for the AWP just yet, so we'll see him still on the rifles.
The Master wants to take forward face from Boomich. Nickelback. Way around towards the elbow angle. It's currently the lane control as Boomich extends a little bit too far out and Mups can get the kill alongside Propler Fun and Nickelback doubling up on Forrester through the smoke. Mertz gets Travis next, and this is a dismantling round from the T side.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy that Propler found so much impact there out towards that lane position and down towards mid. Really overwhelming in one of the very few opening rifle rounds. I mean, even the walkout for Mertz towards B pretty much gives the tell that Deco's going to be somewhere towards A or Donut. So while they'll be shifting that bomb towards B, they want to try and drop this M4. They want to make sure that that rifle cannot get saved.
Would mean that 1 would have virtually no firepower into round 7. You can see them setting themselves up for it. They've got the mid control locked out. They've got a couple of players out on the A defensive. Slowly converging upon the last man, trying to hunt him down. Mertz pushing forward. Now the lineup will not be successful for Deco. All 5 will remain alive, and they will get that M4 out of the hands of the CT side. So half invest, that's the best.
And for 1 win, I mean, they're in desperate need to try and get to another LAN event, because it's crazy to think that they've actually only played 1 LAN so far this entire year, and that was the Paris RMR. When you look at their online results and the event victories and some of the placements, you almost expect that they have more qualifications, that they've had more opportunities to get back onto LAN, and they just haven't this year.
I mean, set back in terms of getting to this LAN here in the lower bracket. Beat their opposition and make a run from the with their last lifeline unintact. Deco has found Mertz here, so 1 win will start to establish themselves in terms of this half-buy round. Just that opening kill, though. The T's are going to back off, and 1 win will not be able to recover that rifle either. Boomich seen by Propler. The spray comes through, but Deco's not done! He's caught 3!
He's just recovering rifles. He's sending teammates over towards that B side to try and help recover even more. Mubs G's just desperate for that trade. Desperate to try and get the bomb back and the control. The 5-7 won't find any more from that point onwards.
But a bomb information, rifles can be recovered by the CTs if they can just track them and try and force them away from this lane position. Smoking from Nickelback instead, going to be aware of the action. Footsteps may have been heard on 2 players. The question is, how will they act to it? 40 seconds.
A good smoke down there towards red, and it's going to force an info play. AK down towards bottom ramp, gets 1, and Travis makes it 2. What a lovely round there from 1 win. All shaped up and set up there from Deco with his 5-7. And my goodness, he is just putting numbers up right now for 1 win.
With 5-7s. I'd say that scoreboard looks absolutely ridiculous when you just consider the other numbers there. 12 kills on Deco, next man's down at 3. 1 win. I did say earlier they don't have like a particular star. Anyone can become a key entity in terms of their offensive line. Well, right now it's Deco. but only Deco. In terms of long-term health for the game, that might become a concern for one win. Right now, it's led to their success in that eco, and up towards the gun round, they will look to try and follow it up. Victory Zigzag are played behind these smokes here, so no casualties early, but damage has been done.
So one win prompted themselves a round of trying to take that mid control and get an opening fight out early towards both the top of lane and out there to elbow. But because the T's respected it, one win also did the same. They end up backing off. They start regrouping. You've got a vertical crossfire out here towards Cave. You've got Forrester with the AUG out of all weapons, trying to see if he can be quite mobile out towards both the long and site control directly. There is not a massive amount of noise and information that Victory Zigzag have given so far in the mid-round.
Got 40 seconds to play with. Mitchell turning away at the wrong moment. Propler take down a casualty. Forrester holds with the AUG. Flash will force him away from an advanced angle. He can still hold the center of the bomb site. Reface towards Cave. See where Mertz is. Blind fire behind the smoke set up by the T-side forces. Several players on low HP could get taken down, but Forrester is also low. Don't know how much information that one win have towards us, with Nickelback also being forced to 12 points of health. It seems to be a save call coming in for the CT forces. Forrester will cross, as will Deco. Travis will stick around for the exits, but this will be a 5th for Victory Zigzag.
And I think it just shows you in that exact round right there, Jay, that the smallest of margins make the difference in rounds. I mean, look at that from Boomich's POV. If he just gets one kill in there towards Cave, they probably go for the retake. They probably think 4v4, we've got some util, we've got players quick on rotate. Yeah, let's go for it. But that timing of him looking away for that split second and then pouncing in from Cheetah towards Cave cost the round. And once again, it's the T's showing us a good show in here. They're putting on some good rifle round victories. This is so far so good right now.
Well, I said there'll be 2 eventualities in this match, a blowout from one win or a close affair from Victory Zigzag. So far, we're leaning into the latter. 2 rounds in the lead, 1 win on CT side, yet to truly get themselves geared up and going. They are geared up here. They've got their guns out. 2 AKs, of course, from the previous. Rest of the rifles out from saves and otherwise reinvestments. The economy needs to be balanced carefully from the CT forces. Victory Zigzag forcing forward, and they thought that that wood corner was clear. Mups actually hugged the only corner that didn't have a Molotov spread towards it. He'll get a kill for it, but Deco is in with a response.
You have to try and look at that round back, because it looked like that molly did extend all the way out, but maybe that was a missed throw of the util and not exactly the placement they were looking for. And Travis is maintaining this bottom lane control, and even though for one win it came with a bit of a caveat of that round, they've still got so much map control. This is tough to retake. They'll have to have a good flash to get themselves through the doors itself. I mean, even that smoke down from Travis and the incendiary towards elbow, it's delaying the T side from gaining map control.
Back behind that doorway with 2 players that still want to challenge. The one man out towards elbow be left unaccounted for. They are wary of his potential rotation angles. No smokes left on the CT side, so Travis and Deco have got to hold the defensive the hard way. The M4 will spot for info. The AK will swing if necessary. Back up rotating as well. The smokes out towards red will try and draw attention from Forrester away. This flashbang from Plopler, though, when that gets set up, they'll go in for the B take.
And Bubble has to try and at least get a good timing. And look at the timing on that. Travis looks back down towards ramp, and Deco's going to get overwhelmed. They're coming up from ramp quickly. Can't even find anything at all. This looks to be a 6-3 scoreline right here for the international mix.
Running against the timer. Proplazort posted, and Forrester pushed out of the round. Now all left to Nickelback. AK to escape, to run away, to save his life, to live to fight another day. Even that might not be possible. Look at Bubble closing in on him towards this main control. The kill will be found by Nickelback, but faced right back towards Donut. Second challenge of Mertz is going to get found, so low HP players actually do get picked up, but it becomes survival of the one-win lone holder. But as you mentioned, a 6-3 for Victory Zigzag. That is the bottom line, the score line. And it's really been the first time that we've seen the early to mid sort of game start to really take control, or Victory Zigzag take control of that portion of the matchup. It's always been at the turn of the half where they found that little resurgence against One Win a little bit earlier on today in this series. Against Nine, it was always them in control at first, then one round, and they get right back on it. Same thing for Nuke a moment ago. And One Win are forced to use the tactical because there's many problems in terms of where they stand here. Those numbers from Deco are the only numbers of any sort of value right now for the CT side. Look at everyone else's kill count.
I don't think it's so much more the early rounds lack of success previously, but more so just success in general, right? I mean, you look at Mirage, they felt a little bit more comfortable. They actually showed us some good Counter-Strike. They're playing really well right now. Bubble's calling a very good game. I mean, one thing that's probably a helping hand is Propler, I think, was calling a bit for NASA, which was his last team. So you probably have both Propler and Bubble trying to work off one another. I mean, this looks to be a fast A right now, and they've actually got no one on A directly. Nickelback will be the first one to come out from Donut, and that rotation from Forrester towards CT.
Oh, Mup still wins that fight against the man. Nickelback can take one back. Needs a second. Indeed, he'll get it. Double up, found. Triple perhaps. Oh, yes, you're damn right about that. Mertz is AWP against the man. Now legged up by the AWP to counteract to Deco. He's forced to fall away. Hold that bomb in for a plant because Bubble's making moves in mid.
Bubble needs to make a play here. Cut a rotation out from CT's board. Now, he might be able to catch Travis. The issue is, what more can he find once he's given up the Ghost? Once he's actually given a fight here towards Red?
They're wary of him. Footsteps will be heard. The AK keeping himself tucked in a corner. Deco seen him. Engagement found. Adjustments there for the double. You wanted to see a play, Dwayne. That's just what you got.
Oh, send it back in towards the A site. You've done with both of those rotations. They've got to be under the assumption that Boomich is out towards B. That is a massive round coming through from Bubble. You expect him to get one at the very most, to get 2 kills and stay alive. Considering that he hadn't put a single kill up going into round 10, that is absolutely giant.
He ends up with a triple kill. Pretty bubbles everywhere. Unbelievable from him. It truly is fantastic because you said he needed to make a big play. He was on 0 frags prior to that round and then just explosion out of nowhere. No one from One Win saw that coming. And look at the responsive buy. Half invest for the most part, but that hero AWP of Deco, he's had enough of this.
That's one of the first times I've actually seen the AWP come out on the city side. Propler, fast, out of the gate towards mid with flashes behind him. They should get in for at least this donut kill if they continuously try and press. I mean, this is a very good-looking scoreline right now at 7-3 on T side.
Deco's out of there. Mups gonna play around the smoke. Boomich can't see him through it. Has a backup smoke in case he spots the man, or otherwise he needs to smoke off the cave control. As soon as this one clears, you can imagine he put the second one down immediately.
One win. I mean, they've got to try and get as much out of this round as possible. Considering they've bought quite heavy, of course, they got the max round loss bonus, but also the hero AWP. It tells you that they're trying to win this round in 11 and really disrupt what can be built here on the T side. Just a single molly out there towards default drives more utility away from the city side.
Continues to run the timer down as well. 40 seconds. Deco has struck his 14th frag. Mertz, the victim of it, and now part of the defensive line. The Pistols need to hold their nerve. CZ up close for Boomich, does so much damage to even Travis can take it right back, but he's not going to last long. Gets Propler in for the K flank. A 3-on-3. Backup is on the way. The closest player getting towards this window and lane position. Nickelback slow walking, might catch one individual at the right timing. Indeed, Mups is going.
And Nickelback getting over to that big green, and it's about time stalling to reposition. Propler gives himself an off angle to look out towards a short control, and now has to fight towards ramp, and he's relocating. He's getting out towards the right-hand side, loses that fight, and now Bubble has to come up big again.
Bombs open to the back of the side. AWP seen, Forrester's low HP, and Bubble can keep it held together again. In the clutch, it's the half advantage for Victory Zigzag.
And you've got to expect that someone's going to drop another AWP, whether it's Nickelback or Yeah, probably has to be Nickelback here. Get it back into the hands of Deco and get an MP9 or a FAMAS in response. Get that buy down straight away. Victory, Zigzag. This is better than Mirage. This is a good performance on map 3. And 1 win. I'm so surprised the lack of tacticals right now.
Well, you can see why Victory Zigzag wanted to play this against Niners. Didn't show up until this last map in this best of 3. Deco has struck again. The opening kill on Mups Mertz on 9 points of health. Finally found by Travis. And at least they can strike back without taking the tactical here in round 12. Follow-up's not quite there for the T side. Prop load Groovy next to drop Bubble in a 1-on-5 in a clutch that he can't seem to win on this occasion. A pretty 6-second frag. Is there another good round in him?
Well, the money's really good for the T side, so he's going to try and go for this, and he's going to try and see if he can keep getting picks. And Mertz possibly caught in the moment there, and reaping the confidence, trying to make something happen, overextends the line towards ramp, and there's just a lot of counter utility with the flashes. Bubble probably won't catch the timing of Forrester out there towards elbow, so a 4th round comes through from 1 win, and they're able to recover at least one of those AKs. A much better round from them, but they need consistency. They don't need the odd round here or there. They need a round streak. They need to stop any double-digit notion that Victory Zigzag can potentially gain in this first half.
And still they rock the scouts. Still it's not a perfect economy situation. 3 rounds at maximum left here in this half. Can make it an 8-7 half if they so desire. They certainly do desire it. 4 to make up overall against the Victory Zigzag camp. His T side doing well and now looking to try and pick up the pace. Utility's already sent out into this A play. Nickelback playing the edge of the signpost. No flashes to catch him off blinded. The scout comes in for Deco as well. Takes some damage to blind fire. But the counter util from the CT side forces VZ to rethink the strategy.
I think they're just double pumping here. They wanted to force a slight overreaction. They wanted to try and force a pick out there towards Donut. So yeah, they can double pump back towards A.
Or at least leave 1 to go back into the B play.
And that's just to sell util. That's just to at least keep somewhat of a distraction of a default out here towards lane.
Mertz. The flash and a Molotov to try and bring the rotations. Will 1 win buy it? They'll be waiting on him to put his utility out before they can try and strike.
And Nickelback's in a really good position. As soon as his smoke starts to fade, the issue is, does he want to extend when the smoke fades?
He'll sit pretty and wait. He'll start to back away as the timer runs out on that smoke. Mertz making a solo play, going much more than just a utility fake. Nickelback is struck on Groovy. Bubble can take him right back. Grab that bomb. Try commit. Deco Scout still standing by. Several players are low HP. If he can catch them at the right moments, that will be perfect for them. As Boomich can strike out a donor, get 2 kills, look back into mid for more. 10 seconds. VZ are out of there for a save call. Don't even know if Mertz is going to survive. No, he won't. Flick right to the head. And the time stalling works well for 1 win. They get their 5th.
And Bubble would have thought that they actually read that situation pretty nicely. They've got A main, they've got 2 players into Donut, they've got util and a distraction out there towards B, and even there was a moment in which there was a rotation going back towards spawn. I think if Mertz would have got that 1 kill, if he gets that 1 casualty out there towards the short control, it could be a different round. It may have forced a slider over rotation to just 1 individual.
Round number 14. Now seeing the economical damage compound for the T side this time. Oh, spray through from Boomich doing some damage as well. Good reads on the CT forces. VZ taking damage against the 2 AKs here. Possibly to pass those off to Groovy if they can find him in time. 1 Deagle in play.
And Mups G trying to see if he can start working this cheater control. It looks like it is going to be an NB off of the back of it. Now, they don't have a molly for default this time around, so probably should just be the long and short smokes with the flashes to come in. A slight regroup all up towards cheater now.
All in from Cave, perhaps. 3 CTs to get through directly, or the rotation into the A site. Forrester will not see them. He's backed up so far away from any sort of mid-contact. Gonna have to re-aggress if he even thinks about it. Smoke will start to come down towards the A site with a flashbang to keep him blinded. So Nickelback has a lot of the onus to him. Smoke out towards main to make sure he's covered. Holding fire. Engagement found from Nertz's part of things. Forrester can get 1 kill before he's traded back.
A very good pre-aims out there towards that A main control. You could see Mertz was tunnel visioned into waiting for that off angle from Nickelback. Even Mertz, the back of the site, does get caught off guard. But now the T's just need to come and play time on the bomb.
Travis has caught 1 back. Needs to find the next man in from main. Bubble gonna flash his way out of Donut as Groovy will strike from main. Deco, all that remains. Best to back off, no kit in play, no chance of the retake. Even then, gonna run into Mups. Posted out towards Red, standing by for the exit frag, and that's exactly what he gets. 9 to the board of victory. Zigzag looking for a 10-5 half, and considering where we started with this team against 9 earlier on this afternoon, I did not expect to see them up by that kind of margin.
No, not at all. I don't think anyone could have said that. But I think what it shows is the expectation of this team coming into the qualifier with 3 extremely well-established veteran players in the Tier 2 atmosphere of your Groovy, of your Mertz, and of your Bubble, that you're going to give a fight. That you're going to really try and sweat it out against your opponents. And to think that there is a potential of a 10-5 on map 3 on T side of Ancient is ridiculous.
Boomich trying to take forward face here at Cheetah. It's Travis that strikes on Mertz, though, outside of ramp. The aggressive player on the victory Zigzag side. 1 win. Need to get 4 more kills to secure their 6th round at the turn of the half. Boomich will back up, knowing they've got the man advantage. They play passive.
A Bubble just trying to see if he can force Boomich to get further back passive, get himself out towards Cave, and not contesting the Cheetah front hold. Time is still on their side. They've got a minute on the clock. They don't have a massive amount of util, though, and that can be the concern going in for an execution.
Groovy next up. Nickelback. Did you see the gun barrel? I don't think he did. Chance to hold a tree. Walk forward. Man seen. Incendiary sentence. Propler can get that 1 trade. Forrester still playing around the big box. Flash in. Propler evades it. Gets that kill.
They don't know about Bubble. They got that 1 kill towards ramp. They don't know the Bubble's there with the bomb.
Oh my god. Propler about to pull the fake of all fakes. This is going to be an easy bomb plot. They might still think it's going to be the A site unless Travis sticks around. If he hears that bomb going down here, then this could be the way in. Although I say that, and Propler has fallen. So now they must be aware this isn't an A play.
Bubble is waiting for the 1 player on B. Knows that Travis is around here somewhere. Get that kill. Get the bomb down instantly.
Molotov to the back just in case. I think he'll just about miss the angle onto Boomich. Dish out some damage. Deco's going to force forward. The engagement to the right. Not going to work out. Victory Zigzag still have their control. And 9-6 at the turn of the half.
Victory Zigzag pulled off a fantastic upset against Big in the quarterfinals on Ancient J in those important games of showing up. And there, they managed 5 T rounds. Look at what they've done today.
Look at what they're doing right now. Charging straight into that B bomb site, wasting no time to get started in the last half of the day. And Victory Zigzag are picking them apart. 3 kills, 4 kills for 1 trade. All players down with the rush tactics. And that is another massive pistol for the Victory Zigzag camp. Use them to get started in the second half of Mirage at the very start of this series. May use it to try and end this series in the second half of Ancient. It's 10-6. This
could be a huge upset in the closed qualifier. I mean, to think that one win were 15-9 up on map 3 versus NIP only a few hours ago, to close that out, to be in the upper bracket for another best of 3.
Knowing that NIP also lost out to 9 a little bit earlier on as well. We are the last stream standing, Blake. And those guys will be in the semi-finals. NIP will be down in the lower bracket. So one win could have tried their hand at taking control of that series, could have tried their hand at going one further than NIP had they just won that one round. Instead, they are battling against elimination. Not a very tenable thing considering the start of the series. Again, we saw a Victory Zigzag just get decimated by 9 a little bit earlier on. We came into this series saying there's no chance. It probably should be a clean 0. The best thing they can do is try get a couple of close maps. Well, they've certainly done that. A map win on their table. Mert's now here just to deal with Forrester.
Get the knife. Get himself the AWP next round.
Yeah, cash injection. Oh, never mind.
They got close.
Caster's curse. It's all your fault, Greg.
They tried to go in towards B on the fake and get that bomb plant towards A. That's definitely not going to be happening. 11 rounds on the CT board now. 5 away from closing it down. And 1 win. I mean, you've got to imagine that the stress levels are quite high right now.
Yeah.
If you lose to a 9, you lose to an Apex, you lose to an OG, there's an expectation, there's an understanding. When you lose to a Victory Zigzag in a lower bracket round 1 game, there is no understanding whatsoever. That should never be a plausible result for 1 win with their track record online, with their results that we've seen in the last 3 months.
And I do wonder, in the case of 1 win, how much that fatigue has played into things, because it has been such a long night, and it's only now, here in the second, the last series of the day, where things have started to go awry for them. They held very competitive against NIP, but as you mentioned, Victory Zigzag in this last map have been all over them in the first half. Looking to do the exact same thing in the second half. Those 2 nades just chunking away at the damage. 1 win couldn't do a thing against that mid control.
Propler got a smoke at the ready out here towards Cave to smoke off that donut control, or the elbow control, I should say, to disallow any of the donut take. And look at the freedom they're playing with right now. You had the info spot aggressively down from mid. You've now got the info spot down from ramp and the front side of Cheetah. You could just feel that Victory Zigzag are playing with confidence. And they're playing like a team that are here to win. A team that should win here on Ancient.
The damage done to the rifles here in the rifle round have set up a couple of respectably easy picks. No kills yet as we approach the 45-second marker. Now 1 win will flash their way into lane. Propler stands to take an engagement, sees Nickelback and Co. doing some damage, spotting the bomb as well. This might be a ruse. It might still be a rotate to the A side. They've drawn attention to B.
It looks likely, and you've got the MP9, which is going to be that first line of defense. That first line to try and deal with Forrester out there towards A main.
The only line of defense. Donuts are going to be a bit more of a difficult affair with this SMG at range. Now the flashes are sent, and they're going to draw attention back. Groovy will get to the back lines of the site. Engage 1, spray through. Mups gets a pick, but doesn't last much longer. AK picked up 2, spray back on Boomage. Deals with 1, swing on a 2nd, and now look for the bomb carrier. Almost got the quadra, but he set up his teammates wonderfully. Travis has no time left in this, finding that 1 trade, but Mups with the quadra. What a play that gets to 12.
Oh my goodness, and it comes down to Mups G. One of the least experienced players on this entire Victory Zigzag roster. Oh, that's huge. The only player on A to get that first kill up against Forrester, to relocate himself towards A main, get the AK, keep fighting, wasting down the clock. And it's 4 more to go for the international squad.
I'm so surprised OneWin didn't deal with him earlier. He struck so quick outside a tree, got back into main to upgrade to the AK, and then just re-aggressed, decimated everybody. That should have been a trade. If it was a trade, it could mean a very different stance for OneWin, but their battle for survival just gets worse and worse. 6 rounds to make up, 4 for victory Zigzag to take the series and stay alive in the Sydney qualifiers, as OneWin would be one of the teams eliminated in the first round. Who would have seen that coming?
Oh, it's Mr. Upset, isn't it? It's Bubble to try and make it happen. I mean, this is a crazy result. A crazy series that isn't yet concluded, but it's shaping up to be so. Mertz on the reposition to look into red. There's a lot of T-side players.
And there's a shot. Nickelback down. Travis the hero AK. Actually has Deco to double dink him with the wallbang support. Mups 2 to line up and 2 to knock down. And just like that, CTs are back in control.
Yeah, Mups G has only got 122 maps played on HLTV. You compare that to Bubble, who's got 2,400, to Groovy, that's nearly at 2,000. It's a very different look of experience. But again, he is putting up a fight, and he is putting up a performance here on map 3.
And Forrester has no choice but to hold on to this M4. Recovered off a dead opponent. Might get hunted after time if he's not careful. You can see Mups is considering the push in, but I don't think they'll be able to reach him in time now that he's made his way back behind the B doors. So far, so good. 3 rounds to go. 4 so far in this half. 1 win yet to start on T side. Guns to return. Travis brought heavy into this previous, so we're going to have a Galil out for the T side.
Yeah, 1 win. Struggling. It has been a tough showing here on Ancient for them. And again, it's been down to mainly Deco and a few impactful rounds here and there for Nickelback. The rest of the players have just not stepped up. Travis and Forrester have been very quiet. Groovy jiggling down with a smoke. As soon as there's contact, as soon as he sees anybody or even any util, he'll get that down instantly.
Mertz posted. Boomich seen. Dead. Start. Forrester follows up. Groovy to go down to the 4-on-4. And 1 win back away.
Just for a moment there, I think Groovy just gets a little bit too hungry in the matter. Gets himself his own lurk smoke. Tries to get on the front side of it, even with the opening man advantage. But it shifts the defense. And it shifts the offensive too for 1 win. They're going to start regrouping this lane control. It's going to be Bubble tucked out here towards Long. This is looking like a retake B setup.
Molly's up. Bubble unaffected by it. Molly's also sent towards the cave entrance. Flashbang turned away from, but he doesn't act in time. Travis can get a responsive. Get the man advantage back for the T side, but Propler is close by, as is Mertz. Propler engages 1, adjusted a second, doing damage onto 2 individuals. He might call that in. They might want to tempt fate here. Orp swing, Nickelback domes him, and now that just sent into the save.
Yeah, that was pure madness to be attempting that 2v4 retake. They needed to hold on to the big green. The money isn't that great. Yes, Groovy's got a fair bit of cash, and so does Mups G. That would have been a much more comfortable control just to be able to save in that 2v4. To have the AWP and AK staying alive, to rebuy around it. 1 win. They've been given a chance now of survival.
First of the half. Back within 6. Victory Zigzag. Have a rebuy as well. Can afford the AWP. Lacking in a little bit of money for Bubble. The SMG on him. 1 win. as you mentioned, an all-important lifeline, but still a hell of a way back in against the lead that the CTs currently have. Victory Zigzag. So close to pulling off the upset of the bracket thus far. Flash is sent. Travis trying to work into Cheetah. Bubble ready for the aggressive face down ramp. Forrest is there to meet him.
He might just wait off of the back of this. It doesn't have that much support. Could maybe get a flash from Propler out there towards that cave position for him. But he starts backing off. And one win. I mean, they've got a lot of respect given to them in round 21. There's nothing hyper-aggressive. There's nothing challenging mid or the bottom lane position early. There's a triple boost being set up from Deco to look out towards that long and short control.
Can't see the player at cave, though. No one's in at long and short.
They might not expect 3 on B then.
Going for the execution. One man to cross the AWP of the CT side. Not seen by Deco yet. Finally, they are forced to dismantle that boost. Bubble would have heard that, though. He might call it in. Fourth player is on the way. Forrester shadow seen. Spray through. Damage done. Kill is not quite found. And now they set for the hit.
And that was the chance there for Bubble to get away with one. Rotates a very slow out towards B.
And there's the AWP shot from Mertz, dealt with by Nickelback in the back corner. Propler lines up several, only gets the one kill. Travis on 1 point of health, and Mups couldn't land on Forrester. Groovy, 1 on 3. He's going for it. Switching to the AK as well. Forrester and Travis are such low HP. Blind bullet sprays back. Strays could still land and get the kills. Bomb can't be denied. It's way too far inland. All bangs not successful. Groovy still works in.
Waiting for that smoke to clear. Travis is close by it, though. He wants to take the jewel straight away.
1 HP. Okay, so the headshot. AK needs to hit it. Groovy lands him. Where's the last? Forrester trying to be forced out, trying to be flushed out of position, and Groovy's won it. Transfer straight to the head. A 3K for him in this round. A 14th round for Victory Zigzag. As one win, take the wind out of their sails. Knocked out of that round by Victory Zigzag. There's only 2 more rounds left.
That's such a massive clutch coming through from Groovy. And again, he's played on the big stages. He's attended majors before. Remember back to when he was playing on eBettle, when he was playing back on Vexed, even before his long stint on AGO. I also remember when Bubble and Groovy went head-to-head against one another in the WESG Grand Finals. AGO versus Windigo way back in the day. Who would have thought that that's a partnership to join one another in an international mix? To come into this open qual, to progress into the closed qual, and now be 2 rounds away from upsetting one win and eliminating them out of the event.
Groovy's been very quiet in this game as well. To step up and get loud, exactly. And put one win back in their place, possibly permanently now, here in the Sydney qualifiers. 7 rounds to the good, 2 rounds to the win. VZ. We never expected this from these guys today. AWP set from Mertz, standing by, ready to receive. And there's so many players in his sightline.
It's the first time we've seen the AWP out here towards Temple. This is very different. Mid-util coming down for one win. It's going to be a pop out towards A, or at least you expect. Deco gets the first kill, though.
Mups can't make his way ahead of Red. It's all going to rest on the AWP. Mertz going to get aggressive as well. How much can you get out of this boosting player? Caught off on vision, not on the kill. 5 on 3. Flashes are sent. Bomb is on site. Will get planted.
Excellent utility there from one win. There was mollies absolutely everywhere, and he just got driven into that jewel. Almost got poised to try and get an engage out there from the big box. And for one win, they're trying to hunt down these last remaining riflers, make sure that they can't save anything into the next round.
Propler probably falls here in this engagement, indeed. HP differential too much. Bubble can get one out towards the red control. Mups can also catch Boomich off guard. I think Bubble will be able to escape with his life. So a couple of guns held in by the CT forces. Small consolation for getting overwhelmed there on that A defense. And one win again, a lifeline round.
And even look at Mups G over the course of today. I mean, 12 kills against 9 on Ancient. He had 8 kills against 9 on Overpass. We look at the first map in this series on Mirage. He only dropped 12. You look at Nuke. He only dropped 8. You think, geez, you know, to step up in a close call, we haven't quite seen the numbers. But right here, he's top frag and he's up at 19. And been involved into some late round situations, consistently keeping them in. And I mean, for one win, this is a huge claw back to try and even get it into the conversation of a map victory or overtime.
And just to continue upon the Mups G point, you understand that, yeah, just to put perspective as to how much we were sort of focusing on everybody else in this roster. He's like the least experienced of them all. You mentioned, of course, the experience for Groovy and Bubble, of course, going back many years. Mertz, we mentioned him and his tier 1 talent. Propler even was part of one win before they had this lineup that they have today. Mups has never had any of those experiences, not even at the tier 2 level until this particular team.
Just to even note off a couple, he played on Alpha quite early on in his career, SOA, and then the Scepter, Dream, and then back to Scepter rosters. So not frequently playing on HLTV, being involved in the low-level Danish circuit, getting involved in the LAN and online circuit there, but nothing as consistent and to the quality that his teammates have been able to do across their careers.
And no opponents quite like one win today. 14-8, victory Zigzag. Still hold the lead, but again, one win have found a way back into this match. They just have to follow up from that previous round. They have the rifles. Victory Zigzag, a broken force back around the 2 AKs they got saved. 2 SMGs, 1 Deagle. One win to get all 5 kills to harsh reset the CTs and start to stack on a decent conversion. Another good pistol eco off the back of that. It's going to be aggression from Bubble, who want to try and make more plays.
He knows that there's mass players down here towards bottom ramp, and it's only a matter of time until he gets the pick. Him and Mertz work together, and at least the AK shapes up for a return.
SMG hell, and Mertz's smoke comes up towards that ramp control, tagged up by the sprays. AWP shots ringing out, 1:10 to play with. One win continuing with this B campaign. SMG in the corner, checked by Nickelback, and Propler will fall. Mertz's AK now stands on his own towards the B side. Backups on the way in. He needs to try and focus on one of the entries and doesn't look the right way at the right time. Boomich with that kill that should seal the round.
It's going to have to be another save call. If Groovy can get in towards at least one rifle out here towards Cheetah and try and potentially catch Nickelback, bring that AK forward into the next round. I mean, the thing that you always have to open up your horizon to here for Victory Zigzag is it could even be an eco. It doesn't necessarily have to be a rifle round or one of these force invests that gets them 15. It could be any of them.
Exit. Not even landed by Groovy. Tried his hand at finding a rifle or two. Take it out of their hands of the T side, even though at this stage it probably won't mean much. Mups' AK is the only thing that stays. Second stage, a loss bonus for Victory Zigzag, so no investment will be around it, seeing if they can try and protect it into the true rifles. They'll have that buy in the next. Or perhaps maybe Mups has one of those big rounds again. We've seen it from him time after time so far in this half. Top fragger of the board for the CT forces. Only player that will have Kevlar here. And one win. Perhaps anticipating that hero-like status or just in general to recollect their minds and think about the task ahead. 5 more to go to even.
I mean, to think that a second timeout's being called when you're 9-14 down is crazy to me, because there has been some much further worse positions previously than where they are right now, and you'd expect more to be taken. I mean, the average player age for Victory Zigzag is almost 28. And you compare that to one win, and it's sitting about 24. And Bubble's one of the oldest competing players still going, up at 32. and still delivering with squads. It might not be in the Bulgarian scene as of right now, but it's still here with an international mix.
Four players outside of main for one win. Mups' AK is back towards the B site, so you're facing into pistols of Bubble and Propler. USPs on both of them. Again, zero investment from the CT side in this round. Utility will be thrown, seeing what Bubble can do with this pistol. It probably very little, honestly. And Nickelback with his kill. Propler tries to strike, tickle away at the HP bars. But that's about it here. This will be a 10th for one win. The AK will get to the other side of the map, save its position. See what Groovy and Mertz can take, if they can take anything at all.
Yeah, just one exit would be fantastic. One extra rifle to get saved would be a great extra bonus. But the main objective, of course, is going to be that next round. Now, there won't be enough money for the AWP, so it will have to be rifles across the board. And Groovy just trying to put some emphasis down here towards Boomich outside of the A main portion. And you've got Mertz to be a very late entity out here to donut.
Boomich finds his pick. But, I mean, I give you credit for trying it.
He's
Doesn't quite find the pick, yeah.
That's what he's hoping for there. Tap the bomb. Maybe almost give a false sense of security to Nickelback that he's got a kit, get that kill, get over to the AK. It doesn't happen. The main objective there was keeping that AK alive, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll hold it into the next round. Guns will get passed back and forth. Still a FAMAS in play for Bubble, so it's not the ideal weaponry still for Victory Zigzag. Ruby should also be buying down in a moment's time. And it's 14 to 10. One win. Still trying to make this manageable. Still are doing that at this stage. Victory Zigzag so fast up to position. Groovy backs up Mups. Gets a kill, and Groovy can follow up with that one trade of Boomage negated in mid.
And even smoking off that elbow control means that Deco can't walk out on the timing. They've got full mid control right now. And Groovy's holding it. Rather than just retreating out towards Red or retreating out towards Donut, he's holding it. Very good display of talent out there towards a mid control.
Rotations will continue. Deco or posted ready for the B site hit. It's Bubble and Propler that stand in their way. The M4 in the center of the site. Bubble provides support as where necessary. Utility is thrown, and the third player should get called in relatively soon. They're making their way up real quick. The bomb is in first. Forrester caught by Propler. The spray of Travis is all over the place. Finally does get Bubble in the end. The AWP not even allowed the swing. The AK goes for the wide face. Damage has been done towards Travis. Deco's also been tagged. That Molotov on the bomb site should force him out into the open. Into the clutches of Groovy, though, lesser so. Hugging the wall. Deco gets Mertz. Groovy, another clutch. We've seen this from him before. Another 3K if he can find that big green gun. But Deco is repositioned. And Groovy, is he starting to consider it? Bomb. Out to the back. Tapped once. Deco makes his move in. Groovy still holds it. And it's just a case of playing patiently to win the round.
And that was well played there coming into Groovy. He tries to bait the AWP out there towards Ramp. Doesn't see him at all. Knows that the bomb's not really planted towards that cave position. Thinks he can beat the timing. Thinks that he can beat that reposition back out to the cave angle. But Deco was just a hair too quick. Oh, that round was close. Propler did so much damage out there to the cubby corner. You just feel like if he dropped Travis all the way, that could have been the one.
Forrester trying to prod the CT side out here on the A site. Only Groovy on this side of the map. Again, it's Mups with the lone rifle. Again, it's probably a case that they use these upgrade pistols to get damage and try to see if they can keep Mups in the next round. Best you can hope for at this stage. Groovy making some noise, and they're going to give away the position of exactly where he's holding in from. That flashbang not connecting. That next two do, though. Get the position information. Kill found from Nickelback. Mups actually stands and fights. Gets one kill before he falls. Forrester cleans at the back of as well. Player in the back lines over towards CT. Bubbled out to 7 points of health. Good efforts to try and hold on to the one-win camp. But again, it was always going to be that T-side at the advantage. They've shown it right here as they will take a 12th. And suddenly the lead that Victory Zigzag had gained, the confidence that they found on the CT side, the 14-7 scoreline that felt like it was going to turn into an upset, that has all disappeared.
At least Mertz can get the big green out into the next round. Now that will at least be something different that we haven't seen in the previous rifle rounds. The money just hasn't been there for them. Remember, Bubble's been playing a lot with that FAMAS out towards a B site. We've seen Propler playing with the MP9. The buy states haven't been ideal. But you're right about one win. 5 rounds in a row. They've put in some convincing results. Their money's starting to grow massively. And they are clawing it 1 round at a time for the comeback.
And 2 more rounds to get there. Victory Zigzag. Mentioned set with their guns. The AWP on Mertz have yet to see a truly massive play from him in this map. We saw one over on Mirage. 1 win. Going to run right into him with the flashbangs against the player. Actually, Mups that gets the kill on the M4. Now the AWP needs to strike, and indeed he will. Travis down!
Oh, yeah.
The flicks on Forrester. I ask, I might receive. Deco instead brings his own one out to play. Looks for the triple, but doesn't land it. Mups there to hold on to the bomb, but Boomich, oh, look at the veterans trigger discipline. Knows where Propler is, going to hunt for the next man. Of Mups now in the corner over at Wood. He's desperate for a second player's worth of vision. He might require it for this clutch. It's a 1-on-3. He's going to wait it out.
He's hoping that Propler starts moving forward, because if Propler starts moving forward, there's a way in.
Oh, must get a second kill on Mups. So much damage done. In the end, didn't get what he wanted. Still had 50 seconds worth of time to play with. Perhaps waiting a bit longer would have worked. And indeed, after 17 kills now for him, part of the defensive that's got them up to match point on Victory Zigzag here. They are 1 away from staying alive.
Unfortunately, the buy state's still not fantastic with 3 players going down. Bubble's going to be onto that MP9, and this could be a fast A. Groovy's going to be the first player out towards A on the defense.
Flash sent, smoke at the ready. Groovy incendiary, a little bit too deep. Got to stand and fight. Spray down 2. Nickelback and Travis are gone. Nade set to do damage. And now the backup has arrived. The cavalry's here, and they have wiped out the 1-win side. 16-12. It's a 2-1 series for Victory Zigzag to eliminate the Russians in the first round of the lower bracket.
Huge result. That's a massive result coming through from Victory Zigzag, and just such...